Everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah the Koala and this is Subnautica Below Zero. So this is episode 2 in the series that I'll be making for you guys, and today's episode is all about finding Alan. If you have watched episode 1, which tells you about the 6 great starter items, then you're going to find this episode a complete breeze. If you didn't, I would recommend that you go back and watch that and then come back here. You're going to need the high capacity O2 tank, the compass and the sea glider to follow me along on this episode. Now, Alan is an architect who you find conveniently just in the nick of time before his storage medium shuts down. Alan pulls a cheeky move and jumps into your brain and not into your PDA as you agreed. But whilst he didn't buy you dinner before jumping straight into your cortex, he is however going to be an integral part in you completing this game, and he's also quite funny, so there's a win. So from the drop pod, with your sea glider, you're going to want to head directly south. You're going to continue going down that way until you start to spot on the floor there some oxygen plants and all of the columns. Take one last breath and then start heading down. Now when you reach 100 meters, you will get a notification from your PDA just warning you that your oxygen efficiency will decrease. But there are plenty, and I mean plenty, of oxygen plants for you to use, so don't get too concerned about this. Shortly after you hit 100 meters and you start adventuring deeper and deeper, just be careful, there are sharks, but you'll start to get something pop up on your PDA. It's actually a Morse code emergency frequency that's coming up. That's Alan. What you'll start to notice are some green flashing lights showing up around some of the columns. You need to go ahead and find the cave. Basically just follow them lights. There's plenty of oxygen plants to guide you through as well, so don't be afraid just to stop, but you do want to just continue using them green lights all the way through the tunnels. After about 20 or 30 seconds of you going through that cave with your sea glider, you'll come across a big entrance lit up nice and pretty with all that green light. The second you cross that threshold, you'll be in an air area, so you'll be able to walk, all the water's been drained from it. Not an integral part of the game, but if you want to scan one of them crabs, you can. Fun fact, them alien crab-like robots in the first one would attack you. So keep zigzagging your way through this walkway, it's fairly easy to navigate.
What is all this?
Seeking emergency storage medium.
I can help you better if you show yourself.
If we could show ourselves, we would not need storage.
You mean you don't have a physical presence? Are you one of them? An architect?
Storage medium identified.
When you get into this main building, have a look. There are 3 ion cubes that you can scan and you can take with you.
Can you use my PDA for storage?
You are not with the group from before. Your cybernetic components bear their signal.
Altera? No, my equipment is, borrowed.
It will have to do.
And here's Alan, a nice floating cube of information. After having a very brief and vague conversation with the cube, they will say to you that they will speak to you once the transfer is completed after you've offered them your PDA for temporary storage. Make your way around this room and you'll be at the terminal.
Yes, okay. Hurrying.
At the terminal, you'll have an indication on the screen to insert storage medium. This is where it all goes wrong.
Storage medium accepted. Brace for transfer.
Brace? What's happening?
Transfer. Transfer complete.
How do you feel?
Why do you sound like you're inside my head?
The facility identified hospitable capacity within your cerebral cortex.
You are in my head? I offered you my PDA! Get out!
Oh no. Does your kind perceive a boundary between cybernetic and organic components?
My mind is not a component!
You sound angry. We will allow you a moment to process.
Don't you go silent on me. Hello? This is not happening. That's the explanation. It's not happening.
So poor Robin has now got Alan in her head. She's pretty pissed, and I'm sure you would be too, and then the whole cube just breaks up and they refuse to speak to you again until you've calmed down. Just before you leave this room, make sure to scan the Architect Containment Cube as well. It will come in handy later. Alan will not speak to you again until you get back to your drop pod. So we now just need to return back to our drop pod, and as you can see on my screen just on the top left, I can see my drop pod still. I'll speed up the next few seconds for you, so if you do need to, you can slow that down. It's a YouTube feature, but I've sped it up just so that I can get back to my base quicker to show you Alan calling me. It's worth noting as well is that although I'm rushing back just for the sake of this tutorial, you can spend your time here. There's lots of silver and copper to get from here. You just need to be careful of the sharks. There's also a lot for you to scan here as well, such as sea truck fragments, etc. So don't rush back if you don't have to. What's the rush? As you can see now on the screen on my left hand side, this green flashy icon appears and I can answer it or I can ignore it. You would do well to answer it. Alan will remain quite vague and answer as much as he's willing to at this point. You've got to gain some trust after all, but he does tell you he needs specific items to be created in order for him to get out of your head and into his own body, and he puts this up onto the PDA for you. Now the whole basis of this is that he knows what he needs but he doesn't know where to get them. So as you're randomly bumbling around the ocean, you'll start to get some notifications from Alan letting you know that you're nearby one or that he's picked up a signal, helping you progress through this game. So I'll cut the video short here so that you can get first-hand experience with that conversation between Robin and Alan. It's actually pretty funny, so sit back, relax and enjoy the storyline. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate all of your support thus far, everybody, so please like it and subscribe or comment, do your thing, whatever it is you choose to do. Also don't forget I do stream twice a week on a Wednesday and a Friday from 7 PM UK time, and we also have Sunday fun days if you're interested. So thanks again guys, and I will see you on the next one. Be safe.